can see me and hear me. I think I've got my microphone on, and there's at least one person here who was here yesterday. Thanks for bearing with me, and it's fine that you just popped in, but hello to you back. So welcome to those that have made it. Thanks for your patience from yesterday, and as I still try to test out this live streaming thing, bear with me. I'd like to blame YouTube for yesterday, but I think it was our Wi-Fi network, and it's still looking a bit funny today. So let's see how we get on and see if we can make it past the 9-minute mark. We're not going to be here very long, so if you can't stay long, don't worry. But I am planning to do a slightly longer live stream in the normal mode, you know, the landscape mode, on Friday, as I've done before, where I collect together questions, especially about the Instant Pot, but anything else you think I can help with, and go through those and then take your live questions. So that should be about this sort of time on Friday, but I will announce it, and I'll do a post and that kind of thing, and hope some of you can join me there, especially if you've got Instant Pot questions. Let's just see. Oh, welcome. Yes, please let me know where you are. So we've got someone from Kansas, from France, from North Carolina, and so lovely to see you all. And I know it's earlier in the day for you, so I'm trying to work out. You probably know I'm in the UK, so we've got this time difference to deal with. Even here in the UK, it's probably a terrible time for some people, but I struggle a bit. So I'm going to run polls about the best times to do live streams, and then I have to run a poll with my own life because it's so chaotic, and I often can't do them at the time that might suit you. But we muddle on, right? And you'll be able to watch. I'll always put the replay up afterwards if it's a public stream. Ohio. Where else have we got? We've got loads of you here. Thanks for coming. So this is my live streaming experiment I'm running for probably about the next month, maybe a little longer, where I'm going to try out how live streaming works for me and for us as a community, because the thing of it is that I feel that you all meet each other much better if we go live. So even though I find it really nerve-wracking, as you can probably tell, when YouTube suggested I do this, I was thinking, yeah, I need to be brave and try and do this and see if we can kind of meet each other. And isn't it amazing that we all get together as kind of busy home cooks from all across the world? And most of you here are probably here because of Instant Pot. And if anyone hasn't realised, Instant Pots themselves even are different across the world. So we're not even always talking about the same thing, but we get together and we work things out anyway. So thank you for coming. And so today I thought, well, I get my Veggie Box delivery today, so I eat kind of organic veg, and I get a kind of part random, part kind of chosen box I get. So some of it's seasonal, but this time of year here in the UK, the seasonal's very kind of repetitive. So I often get some other stuff that's coming in from Europe by boat, all kind of good, kind of standard, so we're not kind of shipping right across the world. So I thought I'd kind of show you what's in here. I'm going to also show you what I cooked last week from my box, and just share in case that's helpful to you for ideas. But yeah, I'm going to show you what's in here, and then I'm going to see what comes to my mind about cooking this week, and then also see what comes to your mind if any of you have an idea. So one of the things that Instant Pot has done for me has connected me with all you cooks across the world, and cooking websites and newspapers, and I get exposed to all kinds of different recipes, and I think it's just fantastic. So I love hearing things that I haven't even heard about, so don't hesitate, and you may find some of my ideas a bit kind of not something you might do in your country. So it's great, isn't it, to share. Let me just check if there's any questions. Oh, welcome. Fantastic. So what have we got? Oh, let me show you what I cooked last week as an Instant Pot cook, because I know that's what most of you are interested in. If I click this, you might be able to follow me. Yeah. So I'm going into my freezer to show you two things. I was a bit inspired from one of the YouTubers I know, Big Spud, who was mincing his own meat this week. And I thought to myself, all right, I'm going to make a more healthy ragu sauce. We eat a lot of pasta bolognese type things in this house. And I need to eat kind of healthy. I try to keep my red meat down, but Mr. Cooking and Calm loves his red meat. He doesn't need to worry about it. So I am often cooking so that I can have something quite similar, but I'm not cooking completely 2 meals from scratch. It's hard work, so sometimes, we just mix and match. But last week, I thought to myself, I'm finding it hard to get organic turkey. I find it hard to get turkey minced or ground, as it's called in the US, ground turkey, ground chicken. It's quite hard and super expensive here to locate it and buy it. So I thought I would try it out with ground chicken that I minced myself, but I haven't got a mincer, although I'd quite like one on that KitchenAid there. And I may well end up with one, as I like a gadget. But at this time, I just froze some chicken thighs and partly defrosted them. So they were still quite hard, still quite cold. And then I used the food processor and used the pulse thing to get a kind of minced chicken. And it worked really well. And I ended up making, in my Instant Pot, a bolognese sauce with that. So on the channel there is a recipe for a turkey ragu bolognese, and it's pretty much the same recipe as that. It's never as flavoursome as beef, so I'm always adding extra bits to it. But this is the kind of thing I do in the Instant Pot a lot, and then I'm sure you've seen these in my recipes for years now, and they're quite big online at the moment. I see there's loads of people using them. They're amazing. Because you can kind of pop out these giant ice cubes of pasta sauce, and then you can kind of cook them in the Instant Pot with some dried pasta noodles, and these popped on top, and it can be cooked up so quickly on busy weeknights. So last week, that was one of my tests in the mini. So I cooked these in the mini, and I got 5 cups of sauce. I used 500 grams. Not sure what that is in ounces, but about 100 grams each. And got 5 portions, and most of it in the fridge and in the freezer, and 1 in the fridge, ready to eat later. Oh, and I also, we've got those in here. Ragu. Oh, here, these are. I've also, let's close that fridge. I've also got some stuff I cooked up because someone contacted me through my email and asked me about making a recipe I'd put in my email newsletter, and she was asking if it would fit in the mini. And the recipe is, if you can see, I call them Nisha's beans. So if you know Rainbow Plant Life on YouTube, but also New York Times own website, she's an amazing vegan cook. She's got a great recipe for beans, and if you're in the UK, these aren't kind of like Heinz baked beans that we all love. They're a different kind of spice mix, but the same bean. Have I come back? Let me know. I expect most of you have gone. Just changed my Wi-Fi network, and maybe I'm back, or maybe not. Oh, a little thumbs up went. Does that mean that I am here? I don't know what is happening. Oh, hello. Ah, you see me. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for letting me know I'm back. I don't know what's going on with our Wi-Fi. It's flicking around to different networks. Okay, so just showed you hopefully what I was doing last week in the Instant Pot, and then this week here's what's in the box while we're still connected. So we've got, this is called lamb's lettuce, and it's a seasonal lettuce that we can get in the UK at this at this time of year. So it's just quite pleased about this because I feel like having a bit of salad, a bit of something healthy. So that's kind of fairly straightforward. We have got baby spinach. I do like it when we get baby spinach. So baby spinach, got it. And oh, some tomatoes. These will be coming in from Spain, I imagine, if any of you are out there in Spain. Quite easy to deal with me because I love tomatoes. And we've got beautiful curly kale. So this is a great UK winter favourite, curly kale. So like using it like cabbage and collard greens if you're in the US. Don't get them so much here. We've got a load of handy, as always, onions. Always need these. Peppers, 2 red peppers. Again, they're not in season here. They'll have come in from Europe, but I'm pleased to see them. Kind of makes me think that maybe spring and summer might arrive eventually. We've got some mushrooms. In fact, I order extra mushrooms because we love mushrooms in this house. We've got, oh, this is good. Oh, okay, I'm already having an idea now. Sweet potatoes. These look really good. If you're in the UK, when I get sweet potatoes from my veggie supplier, they're so much nicer than you get in the supermarket. They're kind of moist, they cook up really beautifully. So I'm really happy to see those. So I'm having an idea. Lots more onions in the bottom of the box, always good. And then I always order broccoli because we're allowed to pick things and add them to the box with my scheme. Broccoli, super easy, eat it all the time as a side veg. Bananas, we eat all the time, often as part of our steel cut oats breakfast, which I make steel cut oats in the Instant Pot all of the time. In fact, I've probably got some now I can show you. And then I have got, which I choose myself, 3 boxes of lovely organic eggs. So that's what's here this week. I've obviously got stuff in the freezer and a whole massive load of pantry stuff. But what I'm thinking, I make in the Instant Pot sort of sweet potato and kale hash. So it's sweet potatoes, onions, curly kale or any kale that I have, peppers if I've got them, and then I use some adobo in sauce, some chilies. Yeah, I think I might make that this week. Now, I think I made that recipe a very long time ago, I think, for the channel. But I might actually do this one in the mini, either this week or next week. These will probably cook up really nicely. So it's basically sweet potato, and tomatoes in it. So sweet potatoes, tinned tomatoes, peppers if you've got them, kale if you've got them, and you end up with something that can kind of sit in the fridge, and it's either really nice for kind of breakfast, so we can add an egg on there, and it's really simple. You can just reheat it in the microwave super quick, or you can also use it as a lunch dish, and it goes really nice actually with a piece of white fish, sort of really flavors it up. I don't love fish, so I like things to sit with it that kind of really flavors it up. Yeah, that's my initial thought on some of that. But what about you? Have you got ideas what I should be doing with sweet potatoes, kale, broccoli, capsicum peppers, bell peppers, mushrooms? The mushrooms will almost certainly just be cooked up, fried up and served as a side because we love them. But I might add them to something. Yeah, spinach, baby spinach. Ideas, what are your favourite things? Nothing coming up yet? So let me show you one more thing then before. Hi there. Hi, Merlini. Hi. If you were here yesterday, you'll know my eyes are so old. I find it hard to read the chat with my glasses on, so you'll see me doing this. Um, Sweet potato and red pepper soup. That's a nice one, Gary. That is a really nice soup, actually. I want my red peppers to stay whole in this case, so but that is a good idea. Fried kale garnish. There's another one. I do add sweet potatoes. This is from Glenda. I do add sweet potatoes on chili and stir fries. Yeah. You can also use them in pretty much any dish as a substitute for squash. So I made a squash risotto last week in the Instant Pot Mini, or the week before, my last video anyway. And one of you wrote into me and said, could I substitute carrots instead of the squash? And I said yes. But another thing you can do is substitute in sweet potatoes when you've got a squash recipe. They all are pretty much similar in texture, so they're not going to mess up your pressure cooking recipes. When you substitute in something that's got more water content, like mushrooms maybe, they can affect your recipes a little bit. You can still do it, but you might notice a little bit of change in texture, and then you can just think to yourself, well, I put something in there that's released a lot of water, so that would be why. Oh, here's another one, sweet potatoes. Steak vegetable in North Carolina, cooking them in the Instant Pot and then finishing them in the air fryer. I top with salt and plain yogurt. Very nice. I like the idea of yogurt. I quite like chili sauce, a bit of sriracha kind of stirred through plain yogurt as a dip for sweet potato fries, which do fairly well in the air fryer. They're never super crispy, are they? It takes a lot of work to get them crispy. You have to parboil them first, which is a step too far, mainly for me. I put red peppers in a chicken tikka masala this lunchtime. Very nice. I love a curry. Great ideas. Yes, great ideas from all of you, everyone. Thank you. Let me just show you my what else is in the fridge that I cooked up, actually. So I was testing. Oh, my robot thing has gone off. Steel cut oats. Those of you who are Instant Pot Mini owners, I cooked these this morning. And they're not rolled oats for those of you in the UK. They're steel cut oats, sometimes called pinhead oats in the UK. So just chopped up. They're the least ones that affect your blood sugar, basically. But they take ages to cook on the stove. So that's steel cut oats. And I don't like cooking them on the hob top because you have to stand and stir, and they're gluggy and they bubble over. So I make them in the Instant Pot, and I made these this morning. We've already had 2 portions. So the Instant Pot Mini can easily cook 4 portions, which for us is a cup and a third of steel cut oats, and then 4 times the amount of water. And I don't cook milk-based oats in the Instant Pot because you likely get a burn notice. It's risky. We like ours just with water, and then we add in a load of Greek yogurt and almond butter and peanut butter, berries, seeds. We add all the stuff in afterwards once we're kind of serving up. So, but I love to make a big batch in the Instant Pot, and then we can just do a really quick microwave in the morning. If you do that, little hint, it goes like kind of cement when you put it in the fridge because it carries on absorbing water. So I usually stir in a little bit more water before I put it away in the fridge, and then the next day when I come, it's still of a texture that you can kind of use. Otherwise, you have to dig it out into little lumps and heat it up that way in the mic. Any other ideas from anyone? So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with this spinach yet, but spinach is so great when you're an Instant Pot cook because you can cook up your veg and chicken or meat, whatever you're doing, for a kind of fairly lengthy time if you need to. And then spinach you can just chop up really thin and just stir in at the last minute. Goes great in a curry, goes great in beef stews or chicken dishes. So I love it when I get spinach actually because it's super easy. Anyone else cooking up anything in their Instant Pot this week they want to share? Oh, Tesco's finest Greek yogurt last week is amazing. Ah, which one do I use the Yo Valley, I think. This one. Like you can tell, I'm an organic girl. Pricier, but this one's good too. Made my own in the mini. Oh, so Joyce has been making her own in the mini. Now I love making yogurt in the mini, and it's fairly thick, but it's not as thick as Greek yogurt. Joyce, do you do a final strain? Do you do an extra strain so it's more kind of Greek yogurty? If you get that, I'd be really interested. Luigi says, I've just bought an Instant Pot Pro for €114, like new, still in the box. Did I make a good deal? Is it the Instant Pot Pro standard version? It sounds like a good financial deal. I am currently testing the Instant Pot Pro Wi-Fi UK version. Can't think what it's called in other countries, but it's called Wi-Fi here. It's the slightly charcoal grey one. For me, I'm finding it a little bit, at the moment, I'm not loving it because I'm not liking having to do a combo of the app and clicking the digital screen, and there's a couple of other things. But it works really well. It's got that lovely handled pot in it. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, I thought the stream had gone as well, but thankfully it came back this time. Depends how hungry we are, but I do strain it for Greek. Yeah, so I'm going to make some yogurt using my method in the Instant Pot Mini over the next few weeks. I quite like to make mine in the jar rather than in that big pot and then decant it into jars. So if you're wondering about Instant Pot yogurt, it does work and it is delicious. And you can do what you can never do with shop bought. You can leave it to ferment for a time that suits you. So if you like it more creamy or if you like it more sour, you can kind of play with the settings and play with how long you ferment it. And I think making yogurt in the Instant Pot is one of the best things. But I don't like straining it. It just takes too much time. So I like to have some Greek yogurt from the shop in as well. Thank you for sharing that, Joyce. Okay, so, well, we did get back, but I'm going to do another, thanks for your patience again and sort of sticking around. I'm going to do another live stream on Friday about the same time. And this time, in case I haven't already said it, I'm going to do it on my computer because I don't have any problems when I do it on my computer, but we do seem to be having some kind of problem in this kitchen. So I'd rather be in the kitchen, but let's do it so that we can get more reliable, hopefully. And what I'm going to be doing is answering your questions, which are usually kind of Instant Pot focused, but also it might be about freezing things or how do you get ahead with this. So you can ask questions. I'll put a community post up or put something under this stream, or email me if you're on my email list, whatever you like. And if you can turn up on the day and you've got live questions, that would be amazing. So thank you. Oh, let's just check. When I strain my yogurt, I save the whey. Yes, freeze in an ice cube tray and use a cube in my smoothies. Fantastic, Glenda. That's a good tip. And you can also use the whey like kind of buttermilky as well, in muffins and things like that if you're a baker. Fabulous. Oh, that's really good. Thank you so much. So, well, we sort of made it through. Thanks for staying when I froze. I guess I just have to fiddle about and hope I come back on if it happens again. But thank you for coming today. Really good to share with you what's going on in the Veggie Box this week. And if I do one of these again next week, I'll show you what I ended up cooking. So I think it's going to be that sweet potato hash because I quite fancy having some of that in the fridge. But in the meantime, I'll say goodbye to you all. Thank you for coming, and hopefully I'll see you next time.